Good day, hope you're all doing well. This is just a quick updates video to say that China's Shenyang Corporation's J-50 6th-gen fighter has been seen in its second test flight. Although compared to its counterpart, the Chengdu Aircraft Corporation's J-36 test flights of the J-50 results in relatively fewer images and footages. So I will say that I can't confirm with 100% accuracy whether the footages and the images are authentic. But the source that's posted these footages is considered credible in the Chinese military watching space. As with before, there's disagreement over the name of the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation's 6th-gen fighter. Some calls it the J-50, others call it the JXDS. I will be sticking with the J-50 in the video because it appears to be the more prevalent name. Here's a still image of the second flight of the J-50. Purportedly, the J-50 was conducting a fuel dump test in this photo, similar to the fuel dump test conducted by the Chengdu Aircraft Corporation's J-36 6th-gen fighter in Chengdu about a week ago. Now, of course, at this distance, you can't make out at all what the aircraft is. However, according to the poster who supplied this video, he said that the person taking this photograph can identify the J-50 with their binocular. At the same time, the video was taken with their phone. And as I said before, the source that posted this image and circulated it on the Chinese internet is considered to be credible by most of the military watching community in China. According to the source, the IP address of the uploader of the photo is in the Liaoning province in China, and they claim that they were able to use a telescope or binocular to identify the J-50. However, because the video was shot on an iPhone and the distance is so great, we can't really tell for ourselves whether it is the J-50 or not. And unfortunately, because of the location and because of the distance, we don't have any other videos that are close enough to corroborate whether this is a J-50 or not. But I'm inclined to believe that it is the J-50, based on the credibility of the source and the location of the video. This raises the question, why is it so much harder to get highly detailed footages of the J-50 compared to the J-36 of the Chengdu Aircraft Corporation? Well, there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation appears to value operational secrecy much more than the Chengdu Aircraft Corporation. If you think about the development of Chengdu's J-20 5th-gen fighter and compare that with the Shenyang Corporation's J-35 and J-35A 5th-gen fighter, well, we have seen way more of the J-20 in test flights compared to the J-35. In fact, we had very little in terms of the test flights for the J-35A, the land-based version of the J-35. This contrast highlights the fact that the Shenyang Aircraft Corporation values operational secrecy much more than the Chengdu Corporation. Another reason why sightings of the J-50 in test flights is relatively rare, while sightings of Chengdu's J-36 is relatively common, is due to the difference in the physical location of the test airfields of the two aerospace corporations. The test airfield of the Shenyang Corporation is actually a fair distance away from the city of Shenyang, while the test airfield of the Chengdu Corporation is right in the heart of the city of its namesake, Chengdu. So, because the Shenyang Corporation's airfield is located further away from the main urban area, there will be relatively fewer residents living nearby who can take photos and footages of the J-50 in test flight. You must also consider the fact that Shenyang is much colder compared to Chengdu, so in any given day, there will be fewer people walking around who are in a position to take photos and videos of the J-50 in test flight. In contrast, there will be a lot of people outside in the warmer climate of Chengdu who will be eager to film the J-36 in test flight. So going forward, we should continue to expect that there will be much fewer photos and videos of the J-50 in test flight compared to the J-36. On a separate issue, there appears to be still quite a few people who believe that either one or both of the 6th Gen fighters that China has showcased over the last 3 months might be a bomber or fighter bomber. Well, I've made a video on an actual fighter bomber concept that China has came up with. And I explained in that video why neither of these new planes, the J-50 or J-36, are a bomber or fighter bomber. Please watch that video in the end screen. See you next time.